Hey, Craig Valentine, and welcome to How to Stop Procrastinating. Okay, listen, let's just hold up for a bit. No, just kidding. We're not going to procrastinate on how to stop procrastinating. So let's jump into it. So one of my weaknesses, and we all procrastinate on our weaknesses, right? As we'll talk about throughout this, whenever you start a new activity, it's like rolling a rock up a hill. And that causes procrastination because there's inertia that you have to overcome. What we want to do is we want to build systems so it's like rolling a snowball down a hill. But my weakness in an activity that feels like rolling a rock up a hill, giant rock, massive rock up a hill, is filming videos. That's right. I love writing. Have some introverted tendencies, which means I just love getting the thoughts out of my head down to technological papers. And when it comes to filming these videos or going on stage or filming my YouTube videos, I procrastinate a little bit. So I'm doing this in the morning because I'm making it the path of success smoother to roll the snowball down the hill rather than doing this late in the day when I'm tired, where it feels like rolling a rock up a hill. So I've identified ways to overcome my procrastination that I want to pass on to you. My solutions include my big why, my identity shift, and my public accountability. So for speaking, my big why is that I need to get this information out to as many people as possible. It is my life's work. I was put here on this earth to help you overcome procrastination, become more disciplined, build systems so that everything is easier, not harder. And I also want to do this because I want to grow my wealth so that my family has freedom and security and opportunity. And I also then need to fulfill my purpose. So that's my big why. Now, my identity shift used to be, I hate videos. Now, if I say I hate doing video, what's that going to do? It's going to make the hill even steeper because now my brain is like, I hate doing this. I don't want to do this. I'm going to go and run around looking for any other thing to do. But no, we got to dive into it. So my identity shift now is, listen, and my wife really helps me with this. She said such a nice thing about, oh my goodness, listening to you do these videos, you're so good at this. It just flows naturally. Like, that's so great. Having somebody on your team who pumps up your confidence makes it, going up the hill, like, push, just go like that. All right. But also doing it at the right time, matching the activity and intensity of the activity. So the intensity and the energy of activity to the energy and mindset that you have is very important. But also, hey, listen, I plan and prepare. I'm a professional at this. I can bring the energy. I can turn things off. I'm a pro. Great. That identity shift has allowed me to become a better speaker and allowed me to become better at doing these videos. So I no longer procrastinate on them. And then public accountability. I told my team I was going to have these videos done by X date. And every single minute that goes by gives me more anxiety. I don't sleep well when I know that, oh man, I did not get as much stuff done today as I wanted because of procrastination. I want to do 8 videos. I got 6 done. I know I could have done better. And I believe in myself as a high performing pro. So that goes against my identity, goes against my big why, and that public accountability to my team. I don't want to have that feeling. So these three things knock me in the right direction every day. So you can download those into your system as well. But there's a lot more to it. And first of all, what you want to do when it comes to procrastination is figure out what is the definition of success around this activity. Definition of success around my videos is not necessarily just monotonely reading a script, but no, actually bring great energy and great information and great storytelling to this so that you remember these lessons and are able to actually apply them. So that's the definition of my success. That's what I want to achieve. Now, what do I want to start doing? I want to start doing these videos early in the morning. What do I want to stop doing? I want to stop waiting until the afternoon to do the videos. And that's what I've done. So moving ahead, now that you have your definition of success by answering those questions, now you will know exactly what you're aiming for. When you know exactly what you're aiming for, the bullseye, you're able to build a blueprint to get it. The next thing you need to do is identify the limitations. What stops you from moving ahead faster? What makes the incline greater? So for you, it could be a time of day. It could be a caffeination issue. It could be whether or not you're doing this on your own or with somebody else. Maybe you struggle to exercise. I will tell you what, if you want to stop procrastinating on exercise, get a workout partner. Get a workout partner who you promise you will be there for, and you will not procrastinate on exercise. Or pay a personal trainer. I pay a personal trainer. After this session, I'm going to the gym to work with my trainer. I pay him great money. I love the gym environment. There's so much to it that helps me overcome the procrastination. So identify the limitations, the constraints, the bottlenecks that stop you from moving ahead, or that kind of are like the ball and chain, the shackles that make it a lot harder for you to move. Identify those, and then we're going to destroy them. The next is shifting your identity and building the right mindset. You are here to step into your greatness. Okay, you weren't here to procrastinate and clean your office. You weren't here to procrastinate and go play video games. You're not here to procrastinate and go read somebody else's opinion on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or Twitter. You were not put here to procrastinate and go to the fridge and do something else. You were put here to step into your greatness. And that does require doing difficult things, but you are a professional. You are one of the best of the best, and you were put here to do great things. And so you need to look at yourself like I do. I'm a pro. I can show up and do this at the drop of the hat. Now, even if it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, if I have to do it, I will do it. I'm not going to procrastinate till later. Even if I've had a bad day, I'm a pro. Because think about the performers that you see as pros, whether you like sports, whether you like plays, whether you like going to concerts. Do you think that an athlete or, Coldplay or, the cast of Hamilton, do you think that none of those people have a bad day and then have to go perform at night? No, they're not going through great days and now it's time to perform. No, it's like life, ups and downs. Sometimes some of them are going through a divorce, but they have to go and perform on the court or on the theater stage but they go, I'm a pro. I'll leave that stuff behind. I'm going to go perform. If you want to write your book, you need to go from I'm trying to write a book, but I keep on procrastinating on it, to like I'm a professional author, and a professional author gets up every single day and writes at the designated time. We don't wait for inspiration. We get to work. Like my favorite story about authors is Stephen King wakes up and he sits down at 9 o'clock every single day using an old word processor. He writes in his attic and he writes 2,000 words. And 2,000 words is his deadline, which usually takes until about 1 o'clock. And in the summertime, Red Sox games start at 1:30. And he's a Red Sox fan, a baseball fan. And so he doesn't want to miss the Red Sox game. So he has a deadline that stops him from procrastinating. And he is a pro, and he doesn't need a fancy office or anything. And he doesn't procrastinate. He gets to it. So go from procrastinate to pro, procrastinate to professional. A professional does not procrastinate. A professional does not let bad days or blips or obstacles stop them. They have the mindset of I'm going after greatness here. Whatever it is, you can't let procrastination stop you from giving your family a better future, from living your purpose, and from helping other people. You're a pro. You're a professional, not a procrastinator. Number 4 is create systems. Create systems that take the incline down, and not only to flat, but actually so that it's easy for us to go in that direction. Okay, so we don't want to be pushing a giant rock up a hill. We want to be pushing a snowball down the hill that gathers momentum and gets better and better and better. So we create the systems that automatically push you to progress. Creating systems means setting things up so it's friction-free in our action items. Like when we talk about building habits of steel, we remove friction. We destroy distractions. We toss temptations. And we make one thing easy to happen so that the next thing is easy to happen. Just like when you have the domino, you knock them all down. You ever see that little image on the internet where it's like this tiny little domino, and then there's a bigger one, then there's a bigger one, there's a big one. The next thing you know, it's knocking down a door, and you knock the little one down, all of a sudden, boom, great things happen. That's what we want to do. So we want to make the path to success as smooth as possible by removing all of the things in our way and making sure that we're fully prepared for it. Think of procrastination. Think of the activity that you're procrastinating on as going for a hike. If you want to go for a hike, you want the path to be cleared. You don't want to come up against a giant boulder that doesn't allow you to get around it. You don't want trees in the way. You want the path to be cleared, and you want to be prepared. You want to have your water, you want to have your snacks, you want to have your map, everything. And if you do those things, if you plan and prepare and remove the obstacles, you've created a system for success. Making that path to success smooth, destroying the distractions, and tossing the toxic temptations. So take your arms out to the side, and I've done this before, and then just do a full rotation. If you're at your workspace, this is what you do at your workspace, and you go, okay, everything, what can I grab? I can grab my microphone here. That's not really going to distract me. I can grab this thing. This is going to distract me, but it's in airplane mode. But if you want to not procrastinate, you need to keep that thing way far away. What I do when I'm creating content is airplane mode, physically turned off, put in another room, physically put into a desk drawer. That's 4 levels that I would have to go through to turn that phone on and start procrastinating. So I don't do it. I don't have books on my work desk. I use a very Spartan work setup. I don't work in this office. It's too nice of an office. There's probably too many things to distract me in here. I work in a dark office that isn't hospitable to man for very long periods of time because I want to go in, I want to work and get out. So I make the path to success smooth by elimination. Remember, effortless discipline is discipline through subtraction, elimination of all the junk. So that's the next thing you have to do. Then the thing that moves mountains, public accountability. Go all in, burn the boats. Tell the world that you're writing a book and the book will be done by March 31st. And maybe say, and if I don't, there will be consequences and I'll let you choose them. That's what my friend Xander Fryer did. Xander is a very successful coach. He came to me for coaching years ago when he was broke and doing nothing. And I've helped him grow that business to very successful. But more importantly, over the years, he kept on saying, I'm really looking for an amazing partner. And I would look at his activities, because he sent these email accountability updates to me. I was like, none of the stuff you're doing is moving you towards finding an amazing partner. So you're saying this and your actions are this. There's not alignment here. So I called him out on it. And I said, what you need to do is get some public accountability. So in September of 2018, I think, he made a Facebook Live to 2,000 people in his coaching group and said, I'm going to find the love of my life. And all these people started saying, hey, I want you to meet my cousin, my sister, my daughter, whatever. And one of the people watching reached out to him. And he said, I was going to, that was September. He said, I'm going to find the love of my life before the end of the year. And people were like, no, you're not going to. You can't rush love. Sure enough, he did. He met her on December 31st in person after they talked on Zoom. So listen, public accountability will change your life. Public accountability is what brought me my wife, because I wrote the Perfect Day Formula. I talked about my vision in it. I talked about the vision of finding an amazing woman, having a family with her. And every single time I saw people at a seminar, they would say, hey, Craig, I read your book. How's that coming? And I didn't want to be a hypocrite and say, man, I'm not doing anything. And so it was like, oh man, I got to go. And, I'd ask friends for introductions and I really get back into it because of the public accountability. Go all in, burn the boats. This will keep you on track and help you stop procrastinating. Now, most importantly, you have to break the cycle. When you find yourself procrastinating, it's going to make you feel bad. It's going to lead to more procrastination. And the next thing you know, weeks and months go by without you actually making any progress. So look at how you get into a funk and then find the circuit breaker. The circuit breaker is often better planning and preparation. If you want to exercise and weeks go by without you exercising because it's too cold one day, it's raining another day, you don't like your shoes today, you don't have anything to wear, you got stuck at Starbucks, you got stuck on your phone, all of these things. But if you have a workout partner and you say, hey, meet me at 9 o'clock at that gym and we're going to work out together, that breaks the cycle. That's a huge cycle breaker when you have accountability, when you have a partner, when you have social support, when you have someone who's depending on you. And now you just can't be the selfish procrastinator. You go from procrastinator to professional, procrastinator to professional. You go from high incline to nice decline with the success systems in place. And now all of a sudden you're back in the virtuous cycle. All right. Remember, the identity and mindset is absolutely important. You were not put here on this earth to underperform. You were not put here on this earth to procrastinate. You were put here on this earth because you are a professional capable of achieving greatness in your industry, in your family, in your fitness, in your faith, in your community, in so many areas of life. You were put here to be a professional, not a procrastinator. And that's how you do it, my friend. All right, keep me posted on your progress. Let us know in the tribe how you're doing with this. We want to hear about your success stories. And let's keep rocking and rolling. No more procrastinating.